Hello, hello. We have a bit of streamception here because I am going to be doing some video editing live right now for the second time. I believe it was a couple of days ago that I was working on some videos while live on stream. Folks seem to like it. Now we can be treated to kind of this little cool look into how I'm doing some Twitch streaming. I'm using OBS, which is a software to do streaming, but very shortly we will be going on over to my other screen here and working on some Ninjago Retold stuff. So I'm a little bit behind on my Ninjago Retold videos. I had to actually change a few things with the Prime Empire one, lost some data, have to actually rewrite a lot of it. So what is happening is that I am writing the script for the Prime Empire video, and hopefully throughout this whole stream you can actually see me doing my whole process of video editing. So let me go ahead and I am going to bring the Twitch chat just in the corner of my screen here, so I can actually see what folks are saying and be able to keep on replying. So let's see, that is pretty perfect right there. And yeah, this should be just a pretty chill, just honestly work session for me. I'm going to do, behind the scenes, as Dave6491 says, of how exactly do I make videos. BTS, here we go. Rotake, what's up? Hello, thank you for tuning in. Vezabu10, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Paco Pups, thank you for tuning in once again. So it's going to be a pretty chill day, and I am just going to be working on some stuff. But before that, let me just make sure we are all set up. And I think we are good to go. So just to kind of walk through my production process here, if you aren't aware, I do this series on YouTube called Ninjago Retold. Actually, if I go to studio right now, you can probably see, I've got videos scheduled up to January 2025, so it's pretty crazy. But what I've been doing is I'm doing the series Ninjago Retold, which is telling the entire story of the Ninjago series. Oh, did this one get demonetized? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll have to fix that. Huh. For what? Okay, a 42-second segment?
Face the powerless
really,
crux in the
even
Chronix
with
alone.
the border?
He sat
so
and waited.
Just some behind the scenes stuff here. If you've seen the series, you may notice that I actually have this really annoying border around everything, and there's sparks and there's a filter over the video. That's because I can't show any clips of the Ninjago show without, this happening and it getting demonetized. I thought I fixed it for Hands of Time, but I guess just recently it got caught, so oh wow, so I can't actually have this video be shown in all those countries? Well, that sucks. Okay, yeah, so I guess I'm going to have to redo the Hands of Time episode later. Did not want to have to redo that one. But it looks like the rest of them, this one was set to made for kids. I just can't turn that off. It's very annoying, but otherwise they're all good. And I did it for Bionicle as well. So what actually got me started with this was that there was a lot of success when I did one for the entire Bionicle story. I had all of those, and actually one of them, I think it's one of my most popular videos. 321,000 views. That is crazy for the entire Bionicle story. And now we are going to be doing it for Ninjago. So I did the prologue, and I did one episode for every single thing, and now we are up to Prime Empire after finishing the Fire chapter and the Ice chapter. So let me just go over. You can see I have a 231-page script. So what I do is for my production, I essentially just kind of type out the script of exactly what I want to do, and then I just read it out loud through my microphone here, record it. This is probably one of the videos that takes the most work to do because it is scripting, and then it is showing just short segments of the clip so I don't get copyright struck. Although apparently that didn't quite work for the Hands of Time one. And then there's recording for the music, because I want to have the music fit the scene, but then also I need to chop the music up and maybe change the pitch up or down to make sure that I don't get copyright struck for that. So it's a lot of work, but it is also a lot of fun. Was that the reason for the border in Ninjago Retold? Yeah, it's literally just so I don't get my channel taken down for copyrighted content. As part of the LEGO Ambassador Network, they have a program where LEGO YouTubers can actually be exempt from this. However, they told me they have limited slots, and I don't think I'm big enough yet to qualify for that. It only really goes to the really big LEGO channels who are part of LAN, or maybe one of the ones that are with LEGO initiatives, I don't know what other channels are using it, but I'm going to keep trying to get my channel whitelisted through the Ambassador Network. I think I just need to keep on growing and keep getting bigger. Top 5 themes: Ninjago, Bionicle, Monkey Kid. Well, modern or old? because I want to say like classic space stuff, like all the old space stuff. I can fold that into favorite themes. Probably Castle. I don't know. That's so okay. Modern. Modern's easier. Ninjago, Monkey Kid. Bionicle's not modern, I wouldn't say. So I can't even say that. The Icons line, I think, is really good. They've got a lot of great builds out of Icons. Lego Friends this year is probably one of the best themes. And Lord of the Rings, because I guess that counts as modern now. Yeah, Monkey Kid's great. It's because the Time Twins went back in time to get revenge on Chris for showcasing their biggest failure. Yeah, that's really what the Acronics and Crux were doing. That's the real return. They just came back to mess with my videos. Make sure I don't get any money off of them. But okay, so this is going to mostly just be a working session. I have basically broken up the episodes, so I'm like, okay, episodes 9 to 12 of Prime Empire is going to be in Chapter 3, 13 to 16 is Chapter 4. I've already recorded and scripted the first 8 episodes in the shorts, so you've got like the previously on Ninjago Retold, that section, and then you've also got the all the different kind of chapters and whatnot here, but now I'm just gonna really just be working, and you can see a glimpse inside the honestly somewhat long and tedious process it takes to make these videos. But I do enjoy what I'm doing, so I'm happy to have you all here. Okay, so what was going on here? Zane says there's a chance. Oh yeah, they went to Milton Dyer's home. Arc 5166. Hey Duckbricks, how are you? Hey, I'm doing good. How about you? Trying to uncover the mystery of the lost game. Okay, so what we are doing is Cool Awesome says, I thought today's stream was counting for the world record with my friend. Maybe my friend doesn't. I have to go pick him up in like, what is that? I think 4 probably. So we have some hours. We might do something else though. Roteg says, have you got any ideas for retolds after Ninjago? Maybe for one-off smaller themes. I have a Galador one planned, because I think that'd be funny. I have a Chima one and a Nexo Knights one and a Hero Factory one in the works. I would like to do one for Monkey Kid, but let the show last for a little bit longer before I do one. And I might do one for Knight's Kingdom. Yeah, Knight's Kingdom 2. After investigating a lead at Milton childhood home, blah blah, they didn't know her son's talent. Pixel says she doesn't know where they are, confirms this, blah blah blah. She never thought her son could make a career out of video games. That's funny. Right, Milton and his friend graduating, blah blah. Okay. They learned that even his own mother had no idea of his whereabouts, but perhaps a childhood friend may have a lead. Okay. Where can you watch Monkey Kid? That's a good question. So it's technically on Amazon Prime, I think. You can also watch it for free on this, I believe it's like Tooniverse or something. I don't remember the exact name. I think Funimation. There's a lot of animation sites. What I usually go to find out where to watch Monkey Kid is there's a Twitter account. It's not official, but it's called Monkey Kid Central. And they basically just tell you where to watch the thing. Usually. At least they had it pinned for the longest time. I don't remember. So, yeah, so they do announcements on like where you can watch. It's on HBO Max? What? Weird. Okay. Hey, Succession. Hey, there's Logan. There we go. Did not expect to see that there. Yeah, okay. So apparently there's like other places to see it. So yeah, they tell you where to stream it like in every region. So depending on what region you're in. Wait, official unfiltered. Oh, wait. This is out? Wait, I do want to hear this. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna like download that actually. Yeah, that's actually really cool that they have the unfiltered instrumental of the theme song. That's actually really cool. Okay. Um, oh, let me just get the YouTube link. That's very nice. The thing is with like Lego themes like this, the soundtracks are never really just like available. You really have to dig around to find the soundtracks for stuff. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that. Okay, very nice. Yeah, but okay. So yeah, Monkey Kid, it tells you where to watch it on Monkey Central. I think the one in the US, it's like they're all available online and there is a Google Drive with everything. Happy Kids. Yes, Happy Kids has all the sites on it. That was the site. Yeah. But yeah, the animation for Monkey Kid is like really cool. It's got a very unique visual style to it. So I'm a big fan of the show. And the latest season 4 was really good. I really loved season 4. That was phenomenal. But yeah, that's Monkey Kid. Funniest part about playing video games for a living is that there's a whole website for it. I would say that's yeah, YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, it's that's kind of funny. Okay, anyways, back to what we are doing. Childhood friend may have a lead. Okay. As they ventured out to track down his old contacts and solve the mystery. The microphone's kind of in my way. Okay. Of Prime Empire. The rest of the team were facing their own challenges inside the game itself. Okay. After having claimed the purple Kitana, what are all of your thoughts on Prime Empire of Ninjago? Honestly, I think the Prime Empire was not my favorite season, to be completely honest. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do know some people like it. Yeah. Nicholas asks, is the fall of the Jade Emperor the end? You can't find episode 11 if there is one. Yes, that was the end of season 4 because then they'll do another season. It's kind of going to be a split storyline type thing. Okay. How would the story compare to something like Stranger Things? I mean, that's a different level, I think. I don't even think Stranger Things is that good. It's like okay for a show, but it's different. It's kind of hard to compare the two things. For a Lego show, I would say Monkey Kid is really good, and there's nothing against Lego shows. They're pretty good in general. At this point, I would say it's like somewhat as good as Ninjago in a lot of ways. Yeah, in season 4 especially, the story was very good with a very sympathetic villain, which I thought was cool. What do I think of Dreams? Stay tuned in a couple of days, because I have a whole video coming out on that when they do the official announcement. Including, I think my video will have the first look at the trailer. We're going to see HD images of all the characters. Yeah, I got a lot of images and stuff, so stay tuned for that. Any thoughts on Rebooted? Finale was great. Rest of the season was pretty mixed because the number of episodes they were allowed to have kept changing, so it's not a huge I don't fault the creators on that. Yeah. I did drop the Dreams video, but that's not the official announcement. That's just like kind of a pre-announcement thing. Best Monkey Kid set. Heavenly Realms? Do I want... Oh, that's so hard. Oh, I don't know if I could... Best Monkey Kid set? I think Heavenly Realms. But the City of Lanterns is amazing. The Flower Fruit Mountain is also great. They're all really good. Like, the mechs are all really good, too. I don't know. What are your favorite Monkey Kid sets, everyone? Secret Headquarters is also amazing, yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put on Do Not Disturb for a bit so I don't get messages coming in. Okay. Have been playing the Purple Khitan and Terra Tirana. The ninjas. Oh, I am getting a phone call. Just give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to take that and mute my... And we'll be right back. My apologies. Hello, hello. My apologies. I am back. Just had to take a quick call. My buddy called about questions about a party I'm hosting later this weekend, so I had to just explain a couple of things. But yeah, I am back. Let me just check through the chat. The Enchanted Sword is exclusive to the Ocean Monument. Is it? Really? Oh, that sucks. Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was in more sets. Best Ninjago 2021 set. Definitely the Zane's Titan mech. Yeah. Zane's Titan mech for sure. I think that's the best Ninjago mech ever. Oh, wait. City Gardens came out in 2021. Shoot. City Gardens, but like... And the Titan mech? It's hard to pick one. Hey Chris, what's happening today? I am working on my Ninjago Retold video, which you can see I'm just working on the script right now. You can hear me record some of it, you can hear me script it out, and yeah, a bit of an in-depth, behind-the-scenes look at my video production process, if folks are curious. Favorite Ninjago movie set except the modulars? Oh, Destiny's Bounty. Sorry, I had to think for a second. Easy, Bounty. If it's not the Bounty, then the answer gets hard. But probably the Bounty. Yeah. Okay. After having claimed the purple katana in Terra, the ninja's next task was to gain the second key to progress. To gain the second key. What did the katanas even do again? It was like to reach Unagami or something? Yeah, it was like to gain the second key in the Great Speedway 5 billion. Massive race stretching. Unlock levels. Cool. Thanks. Da. Thoughts on the Lego Ninjago movie not being canon? Yeah, I've got like thoughts. The Ninjago movie was, I think, a bit of a misstep in terms of story. They had a really. I don't mind it not being canon. I'm just not the biggest fan with the story they came up with. They had an original story, which I detailed in one of my YouTube videos, I'm sure, that was a more time travel plot where they were trying to go back and prevent Garmadon from being bit by the Great Devourer, and it was like a splinter universe, and that was a lot cooler than I think what we actually got. So I do wish we got the original plot line, but it's like, okay, the sets are really good. I love the way Ninjago City looks, and I think the redesigns were the right idea. So it did have a lot of good, but also a lot of eh. The game for the movie was fun. I did enjoy the Ninjago movie game as well. I liked the battle arena stuff that they did. That was fun because then you could fight against the TV enemies. That was very cool. Known high alert from the ninja. Dance competition. Oh my goodness, this is long. Okay. Where are we on Ninjago Retold? I'm in Prime Empire. So we have basically everything all the way up to the Ice chapter out right now, and I'm working on Prime Empire as we speak. Best set out right now? Oh, that is the hardest question ever. I'm leaning towards Rivendell from Lord of the Rings. I'm trying, like, I feel like I'm just I'm definitely forgetting some sets, but that's the one that has the most impact in my mind right now, so I think it's probably that one. SkipperF5 says, hi, how are you? Hi, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you? Prime Empire was one of the lower Ninjago seasons. Wasn't that memorable? What do you think? 100% agreed. Not super memorable. I felt like the story repeated itself. I'm like, that's why I don't know, having like the motivation to do the Retold video on this is a lot lower than it was for like the seasons I actually liked. So yeah, this one's like, it was okay. I liked some of the designs. I think the concept was good. It had potential, but not used to its fullest. So it is what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, then the best set out right now is probably City Gardens. I would agree. Yeah. not counting. I am counting Bricklink sets. I do think that City Gardens is still one of the better. I think the issue with the Bricklink sets is that they are clearly AFOL designed and not super refined, so they don't feel as refined as normal Lego sets. So like while they are good builds, I don't like they feel a little bit different than Lego sets. Like they're a little less refined. They kind of use a little bit more suspicious techniques that aren't super stable for a lot of them. So it is what it is. Like I like them a lot, but not my favorite sets. I like the initiative though. I hope it keeps going. Do I think Ninjago City Markets will become my new fave? Honestly, I think the original Ninjago City is my favorite, even including gardens. But we have like not seen a lot of markets. We have like what a very blurry image of it. I would need to like wait and see what it looks like. It could be if it's that good, maybe, but we'll see. You've never started watching the Ninjago series. Oh well, I do. Do I have a series for you to get caught up? Yeah, but I think Ninjago's pretty good. The good thing is about the new reboot, Dragons Rising. It's literally designed to be able to have fans jump in from this point, so you don't need to watch anything else prior to get into it. So you could start this year. One best drummer, hey Chris, gotta go. No, it's been great. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. You want City Gardens but need a job first. That is very important. Yeah. Getting funding for Lego is important to be able to get the Lego. That is true. Okay. Scouting party for advisors. We're now on high alert for the ninja. Since May the 4th is coming up, what is my top pick? Ooh, for the new Star Wars sets coming out, probably the Death Star Final Duel, I think. The window is pretty cool on that. Like what? Oh, wait, is the Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor? That is coming out in May, right? Probably that one then. Because I just like Starfighters, so yeah. Okay. Anything you should get from shop at home versus in store and vice versa. I believe there is a list of sets that are coming out. Like if you get it in store, isn't there something like you can actually be able to buy more of them? Let me see. Nothing new on Pick a Brick. Okay, good to know. I think there's like you get more VIP points if you buy certain ones in store, right? Isn't that the deal? Oh, I forgot about the UCS X-Wing. Okay, well that's my most anticipated one. That's easy. Okay. Forgot. This is cool. I like this. This is kind of boring, but it's cool, I guess. Not a huge fan of that. Double points on all Star Wars purchases. Mini X-Wing is fine. Oh, no. Online only. It's VIP discounts on sets. Oh, right. VIP Reward Center. You can get discounts on sets. I don't think those are live yet. Lego Flying Disc. What? Okay, why not? Yes, yeah. Lego Flying Disc. Sure. Don't steal my code, please. I'm trusting everyone. Oh. Okay, yeah, the Star Wars discounts aren't up yet. I don't want to do the raffles. It's fine. Okay. Cool. Favorite idea set that's 10K right now. Ooh, I don't pay attention to all the ones with 10K, to be honest. I mean, I think there's just too many for me to watch. I just pay attention to which ones get voted. Lego Flying Disc Stream, yes. Lego Hat, I already got that one. Yeah. Okay, what were we doing? A lot of fans were concerned about Dragons Rising because of the rating. Thankfully, the showrunner actually went on Twitter today and said that that was a mistake. It is actually geared towards older fans compared to the original show, which is a relief. I wonder if I can find that on Twitter. I think it was it Azatate who said it or someone else? This is the new image. Maybe it was Doc Wyatt. One of the writers was like, went on Twitter and said that like, yeah, no, that's just wrong. Like it's actually not for a younger audience, which is good. I don't remember who said it. Okay, so one of the people working on it went and said it today, and I was very relieved by that because I was worried too before they said that. Okay, Janie signed up for a 500 credit dance competition. Oh, okay. Yeah, the entire episode was the dance, right? I don't remember like what do I even talk about with this one? They just danced. Okay. You have 130 pounds or $150. What sets should you get? Ooh. What are you a fan? Like, what are your favorite themes? Because I could suggest a lot from like different themes. I think it would really depend on like what your favorite themes are. Okay, in the real world, Monkey Kid, Ninjago City, basically anything. Okay, Monkey Kid. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked from this Retold, but I do like giving recommendations. So let's take a look. Sets by theme. Monkey Kid. City of Lanterns, that's a good suggestion. Not the Ultra Mech. Okay, that's 160. So like for 10 more you could get City of Lanterns. Dragon of the East is pretty good. Like I would recommend it. I think Yellow Tusk Elephant is a little overpriced. I talked about that in my review. The Fire Ring's pretty cool as well. I think that's just a unique build. Yeah. Ooh, the Galactic Explorer is also a very fun build. Okay, if you have City of Lanterns already, then maybe one of the other ones. Like they're all this is still available? Huh. I guess that's like that they're making this one have a really long lifespan. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, probably I think the Fire Ring's pretty cool. I don't know. Yeah. The new Ninjago Ice Dragon and Jay's Titan Mech are also very good as well. They drew more and more attention. Advisors zeroed in on their Position. Who's? Oh, Cole. "30 seconds remaining." They did a big jump thing. Okay, yeah. Where does them define the red? Oh, okay. I mean, that's the whole episode. Okay. As the ninja retreated to Scott's lair to equip new vehicles. Dave says, explain why you don't feel like watching the new Ninjago content beyond the final season. Blah, blah, blah. 11 years enough. Had a fitting ending. Fair enough. If you feel like it had a good enough ending, that is a good point to just stop watching the show. It's completely understandable. Yeah, I get it. Ninjago, I think, if they want the theme to continue, does need to keep reinventing itself and do new things and introduce new characters to survive. So this is very much like, it's not a reboot, but it is a soft reboot in the sense, I would say. So it's going to be very different, and they had a conclusive happy ending to the entire show in Crystallized. I will give them that. It was a happy ending. So it's totally understandable if you want to leave it at that. What do I recommend for the modulars? I would say the best one out now is the Boutique Hotel. It's very, very interestingly shaped, and the building techniques are very advanced in that. It's really, really cool. Okay, that episode's done. That was short. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, that's Racer 7. Okay. Worried about the new team retconning the lore, including the Overlord. I don't think they're going to be retconning stuff. It sounds like they're pretty, like, in-depth involved with the lore. I feel like, honestly, like, Ninjago is full of a lot of retcons already, so I guess that doesn't bother me as much, but I guess we'll have to see. I hope they just never mention the Overlord again. I think the Overlord has been overplayed to a significant degree for me, and I just want them to move on. How long have I been at 100K? For YouTube, I think it's been since mid-March. I know I'm very behind. I need to get videos out for that, but it's just been, there's so much going on, and I am excited because I have a lot of 100K special content coming up, which will be coming soon. So thanks all for your support. Garage is Scott equipped Ninja with their vehicles, blah blah blah. Racer 7. Lloyd takes her helmet. Okay, yeah. When do I have to get my friend? At around 4-ish. So we have 2 hours for me to work on this, which I don't know if we can finish. Actually, if I just grind right now, we can probably finish at least the typing and recording of this in 2 hours, which I would very much like to do. So let me just... I'm going to focus in on this. Addis Garage, a Scott equipped the Ninja with their vehicles, and they began working on repairs. Ventured out to get a feel for the course. Watching as an NPC, Racer 7. Loop always crashed the same spot. As sheaf. After all the typing, can you take a Lego building break? I am really hoping to finish this video as fast as possible because I need to get this video out, but I might be doing some Lego building with my friends, so stay tuned later today for that. Okay. Let me just get this over here. Okay. Probed found the exact same spot. What's the Blade Runner reference? That's like the Blade Runner scene, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. That was I remember that one. That's like the only memorable part of Prime Empire to me. They had the scene and I was like, this is just stolen from Blade Runner. Okay. Inspired by my Retold videos, think about making one of your own for Kirby. Oh, that would be awesome. I know literally nothing about that franchise, so I think that would be really cool. I'm happy to inspire. Okay, let me just confirm we are all good to go here. Okay, yep. How's your feeling? Okay, that episode's done. Just 2 more in this little chapter. Okay. Oh yeah, this one's the one Scott cubed. Rip. The Ninja explained to Racer 7 why gaining the Kitana was so important to stopping the tyranny of Unagami. Despite her belief that she was created to lose, insisted she could revolt against her programming, take a true stand against self. Okay, blah blah blah. Yeah. Heroes were overrun by red visors. Heroes were overrun by red visors. Final stand, stating he had been hiding for 30 years and one other way to use last life and for a good cause. He single-handedly fended off the overwhelming army. Scott way to the speedway. Series way to the speedway. Promising to defeat Unagami and beat the game in his honor. Scott was cubed and lost his last life. The race was about to begin. Oh, yeah. Nothing I need to worry about now. Okay, Scott was blah blah blah. He gets hit. Scooby1989 says, "Hey Duckbricks, how are you doing today? I am doing good. Thank you for asking. I am just working on some Ninjago Retold videos, working on the script right now, and you can get a bit of an inside look at the entire process." The race was about to begin. Okay. Due to the typing noises, this is essentially an ASMR stream. Maybe we should have called it that. Just completely no talking, just tick, 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 tick. Ninja pressed on, blah blah blah. What happened here? Okay, I think that episode is done. We have just one more left, and it will be time to record the narration. Yeah, oh, this was a fun one. The second half. Oh, this was the really good fight with Lloyd and Harumi. Okay, I like this one. For the fight. There was no other, it was just the cool fight. This was a cool fight episode. Okay. Final stage. So what writing scripts are like? Complete silence while typing. Yep. Ooh, the Lego Duck Bath stunt set is maybe the best set ever in existence. As Duck Bricks, I may have to acquiesce and say that is the best one. Looking forward to the crystallized whip. Yes, I am. That's coming out, what, next Friday? It's like next week today, right? That'll be super fun. I'm excited for that. Yeah. I did put it very high on my yearly ranking series. The best Duck Brick series, by the way. I'm glad you enjoy those. I know a lot of people like those videos, so I'm happy you enjoyed that one. Wait, for 250? Oh, get the whole stock. I want an army of the Duck motorcycles. Yeah, of course. And now, almost done. Okay, that's done. Let me go ahead and read this out loud. So, my process is basically what I do is I'll just put up my voice recorder here and just speak into my microphone and record each chapter. So let me do it. Chapter 3: Breaking Programming. As the ninja progressed through Prime Empire and conquered Terra Carana, Zane, Pixel, and Wu were hard at work in the real world, trying to uncover the mystery of the lost game. After investigating a lead at Milton Dyer's childhood home, they learned that even his own mother had no idea of his whereabouts. But perhaps a childhood friend may have a lead. As they ventured out to track down his old contacts and solve the mystery of Prime Empire, the rest of the team were facing their own challenges inside the game itself. After having claimed the purple Kitana in Terra Tirana, the ninja's next task was to gain the second key in the Great Speedway 5 Billion, massive, deadly race stretching across all of Terra Technica. Realizing they had to purchase their way into the race, and Kai had spent most of his credits on a new avatar, the ninja were forced to figure out another way to gain funds, narrowly dodging a scouting party of red visors, who were now on high alert for the ninja. Desperate for more credits and seeking out any activities to play to their strengths, Jay and Nia signed up for a 500 credit dance competition, with their dance class experience under their belt. Despite the trepidation from their teammates, who were unaware that they had been taking lessons in the real world, Jay and Nia stepped up to dazzle the crowd, forcing their opponents to resort to cheating to try and win. As they drew more and more attention, the red visors zeroed in on their position, and as Kai, Cole, and Lloyd performed dances of their own to defeat their foes, Cole even performing his trademark triple tiger sachet, Jay and Nia danced harder than ever before, winning the competition and successfully entering their team in the Speedway 5 Billion. But as the ninja retreated to Scott's lair to equip new vehicles and get ready for the race, the red visors were on high alert, Unagami ordering them to hunt down and eliminate the first beta tester, Scott, once and for all. At his garage, as Scott equipped the ninja with their vehicles and they began working on repairs, Lloyd ventured out to get a feel for the course, watching as an NPC, Racer 7, tried harder and harder in an endless loop, but always crashed at the same spot, the 4th mile marker. As she threw her helmet to the ground in frustration, a group of red visors spotted Lloyd, and he seized her helmet, blocking their blast with it as he made his escape. Back at Scott's garage, as Lloyd made his return, Scott explained that Racer 7 was merely an NPC, programmed to always fail at the exact same spot. Determined to break her programming as he did Okino, Lloyd sought her out, returning her helmet and sharing a meal as he broke the hard truth to her. That her world was not real, and everything she had come to know was all a simulation. But the stubborn Racer 7 refused to heed his words, threatening to even call the red visors as she stormed off. But deep down, the seeds of doubt were planted, and as she resumed the race, she failed at the same spot over and over again, and as she slowly began to accept the truth of Lloyd's statements about her world, she arrived at Scott's garage, open to joining the team. As Racer 7 met Scott and he demanded to know if she was followed, the group was ambushed by the red visors, who had indeed tracked her to the secret location of the garage. As a fight broke out, the ninja explained to Racer 7 why gaining the Kitana was so important to stopping the tyranny of Unagami, and despite her belief that she was created to lose, Lloyd insisted that she could revolt against her programming, and take a true stand against the game itself. And as the heroes were overrun by red visors, Scott made a final stand, stating that he had been hiding for 30 years, and what other way to use his last life than for a good cause. Buying them time as he single-handedly fended off the overwhelming army, Scott said one last farewell to the ninja as they raced away to the Speedway, promising to defeat Unagami and beat the game to avenge him. And as Scott was cubed and lost his last life, the race was about to begin, and the Red Visors, Whack Rats, and the Ninja, and so many other teams were up for the fight of their lives. Blasting off from the start line, the wacky vehicles rocketed through the course, more and more racers getting eliminated as the Ninja pressed on, Kai gaining a loot box to convert his jet into a mech as he used its power to eliminate the opponents, even Cole seizing a car from the Whack Rats and repurposing it for his own use. But as Cole and Kai became surrounded by red visors and things seemed grim, they decided to sacrifice themselves to push Jay, Nia, and Lloyd ahead and take out their opponents. And, in a dazzling spectacle of fire and light, they intertwined their vehicles and smashed into the opponents, losing all their lives in the process, but gaining a major advantage for the rest of the team. With only Racer 7, Lloyd, Nia, and Jay left, the team was about to approach the 4th mile marker, Lloyd urging Racer 7 to beat her programming and make it past the mark, defending her as she made it past the spot of her failures for the first time, and pushed their team to victory. As Racer 7 crossed the finish line and won the race, she bestowed her new yellow katana to the ninja, bidding them to carry on the fight without her, and finally confront Unagami once and for all. And with Cole and Kai turned into glowing energy cubes, the remaining 3 ninja had no other choice but to access Terra Domina, the final stage. Entering Unagami's Temple of Madness, they found themselves in a gigantic platformer game, with the goal to reach the end of the level alive. Realizing that every time one of them lost a life, all of them had to restart the entire level, the trio worked in unison to make it through the course, unlocking air jitsu power-ups to soar to the top, losing all but one of their lives in the process. And finally, after their many trials, they had made it to the top of the Infinity Maze, and were tasked to choose a champion to face their most dreaded opponent. As Lloyd stepped up to fight the enemy, the game scanned his mind, revealing his weaknesses, and in a flash of light, his old enemy, Harumi, materialized before him. Believing her to be dead after the events of Emperor Garmadon's takeover of Ninjago, Lloyd was taken aback by her presence, and even as the fake Harumi played on his insecurities and weaknesses, manipulating him into letting his guard down, the fight had begun, and Lloyd's most intense battle within the game had begun. Realizing this was not the real Harumi, he lunged at his opponent, blades clashing and sparks flying as Lloyd and Harumi attacked each other, spinning and whirling in a dazzling dance, while Jay and Nia were forced to only watch. As their health bars lowered and they became each close to death, Lloyd and Avatar Harumi charged at each other in rage, and, in a single strike, both warriors fell to the ground, defeated. And so, with only Jay and Nia remaining, they had little time to mourn the loss of Lloyd before obtaining the final orange katana. And now, it was time to take the fight to Unagami at long last. Okay, I think that was good. That was episode 16. Whew, part 3. Okay, awesome. Now, on to chapter 4. Time for me to get a drink. Okay. Hydration is important. Yes, it is. Okay. Next up, game over. All right, so we have 4 more episodes to go, and this is done. Gonna let my voice rest for a bit. Father, Temple of Madness, and game over. Okay, cool. Am I excited about the new Ninjago City markets? Oh, of course. That is probably one of my most anticipated sets of the year. Now that Rivendell is out from Lord of the Rings, that's my number 1, I think, as far as what's been announced. Yeah. Ooh, the new El Dorado set for LEGO Pirates is going to be really good too. A lot of cool things coming this year. It's saying I'm supposed to put the periods in Pixel's name. Yeah, I know it's an acronym, but whatever. It's just like, it's just my internal script, so it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Cannot believe you could say all that in basically one take. Well, I messed up once. I usually mess up more, but I guess the pressure's on now that I'm streaming, so... yeah. Oh, was there a fight? Oh, yeah, there was. What are my thoughts on the Sonic sets? I know basically nothing about the Sonic lore. I only know about Sonic from LEGO Dimensions and the 2 live-action movies, but they look pretty fun, and surprisingly not as overpriced as I was very worried they would be. The new animal molds are pretty cool. I like getting the main characters, that's for sure. What do you think? Reminds you of the Mario sets. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're... Like, I like them a lot better than the Mario sets, because at least they have minifigures and they're kind of play-like sets. The Mario sets, it's like, they keep on doing courses, and I wish they would not do courses just over and over again. I would like to have more things than just that, but it's kind of the same game-like feel, yeah. Daily Bugle or Sanctum Sanctorum? Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm biased towards the Sanctum Sanctorum, but they are both great sets. I just think the architecture of the Sanctum is more interesting than the Bugle, which is just kind of a skyscraper, but I think both are really cool. Fits better with the modular, so you like the Sanctum more. Yeah, that is true. That's another good thing about it. Favorite core Ninjago set? Ooh. Lloyd's Legendary Dragon. I think it is, in my opinion, the best dragon Ninjago has ever done. So, probably that one. The Ninja Dojo Temple got at clearance for 1/3 off. That is very good. Oh, that's a great deal. Okay. Walmart and Target have amazing deals both times you wish you lived there. I honestly have not. Maybe it's just my area. I haven't found a lot of great deals at Walmart and Target like really ever before. I know that they exist in some areas of the US, but every time I look, everything's either full price or sold out. But maybe there's just a higher Lego demand in my area that they don't need to put anything on discount. The demand is high because of me. Yeah, I mean Seattle's a big hub for Lego collecting because I rarely ever go to Walmart or Target to buy Lego because I'll just get everything direct from Lego. But I know there's a lot of Lego fans around here. We've got BrickCon, which is I think one of the US's biggest Lego conventions. It's a good time. When did I start realizing I was going to be a Lego YouTuber full time? I'm honestly not a Lego YouTuber full time. I still have a job as a program manager at Microsoft. Honestly, YouTube is just something I kind of do for fun. It's not really a job for me. It's just a fun, kind of a fun task in general. So, yeah, I think I just started YouTube in 2020, I think, and I don't think I would ever become a full time YouTuber. I don't. I think I would want to do more things with like life in general, but I respect those who do, and yeah, I just I don't know if I ever would become a full time YouTuber. But it is fun so far with what I've been able to do, and I like having some time off, like in between meetings and whatnot, to be able to work on some YouTube stuff. So yeah. How do you manage a program? Are they generally well behaved? It's funny you say that when we're talking about Ninjago Prime Empire, about a rogue program going crazy. But no, it's like program manager, project manager, product manager. It's kind of all the same thing at Microsoft. What I do is I manage projects really that get launched. So it's like if there's a Microsoft initiative, I might be managing the launch and the engineering teams and business and kind of coordinating between business and engineering to really make sure the launch goes smoothly. It's a really fun and cool job. I like doing it. It's really just a lot of talking. I always say that my job is just 99% talking and like being a liaison between people. But yeah, I like what I do. It also has allows for time to do other stuff like this, like Lego stuff on Fridays and the weekends. So it's a good, things are good. Yeah. Who do I watch for Lego content? Honestly, I don't watch a lot of YouTube for Lego. I simply don't have enough time for that. But I do watch Jangbricks a lot. I love Jangbricks. So if I have time to watch a Lego video, I will probably watch one of his. Yeah, I don't really know a lot of other Lego YouTube. Oh, like sometimes Nick on Planet Ripple. He's made a lot of great Lego rewind videos, which I really do like. And TTV when I was younger, and I do collaborations with TTV now. But yeah, I don't have a ton of time to watch Lego content, to be honest. Cheesy Studio is very good. Okay, I'll have to check them out. I feel like I've heard the name before for sure. The name does ring a bell, so I'll have to look into their videos. Thank you. Okay, that one's done. Thought the Detective Zane episode was funny. Yeah, that was a good one. I did like that one as well. That was honestly one of the most memorable things from the entire season was that. I really like that one. I forgot Sensei Wu got like taken out by like two random criminals. It's like so disappointing. How did that even happen? Like I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Taken off guard, I guess. I think there are three types of Minecraft YouTubers: reviewers like Jangbricks and Ashenflash, mock makers, funny mock makers, convention YouTubers, and in-depth YouTubers. It's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah, I probably meant Lego YouTubers, but yeah, no, I agree. I think that there's a lot of different categories, and yeah, in-depth. I think I would call myself an in-depth YouTuber. I mean, I'm typing a like 300-page script right now for yeah, that is a good way of putting it. I agree. Favorite whip? Yours Theobomb. Oh, I remember seeing that. My favorite whip is probably. Oh, let me pull them up. What is my favorite Ninjago whip? That's a good one. They have a lot of good ones. I want to say the Wicked Whip for season 11. I also like the Shintaro one for season 13. The tournament one actually grew on me a lot, though. I don't know. I like a lot of them. Yeah, the Rift Whip was great too. But I like a lot of the other songs more than the whips. Like I like the Day of the Departed song. Rise of the Vermilion is also a banger. Like that's actually really solid. Um, what are the other ones? 21st Century Ninja. That's a great one. Eye of the Storm. I like a lot of the original songs. I wish that the Fold did more original songs for Ninjago that were not just whips. I would like that. Yeah. Choose one wave of sets: Jungle, Ninjago, Sea Ninjago, and this year's Monkey Kid. By Jungle, I assume you mean the island, Seabound, or this. This year's Monkey Kid. I don't know. Probably Seabound Ninjago. Monkey. Oh, that's hard. I mean, they're all pretty good, but I wouldn't consider any of the three to be really good. Like, they're not the best waves ever. Honestly, the Island Ninjago sets, purely set-wise, that one might be the best ones. I think maybe. We'll see. I don't know. What about you? You got the Island Dragon, yeah. You know why Lego won't make a Lloyd jet? Has Lloyd never gotten a jet? Oh, yeah, he hasn't. No, I don't know. I guess we might see one in the future. Seabound has the bounty, but I feel like the rest of Seabound was like just okay in terms of sets. Like, what were even the other sets? The Temple of the Endless Seas was just okay. Not a big fan of that. Wojiro was a little disappointing. Jay's car was kind of average. The Lloyd Hydromech also just kind of mid. The Water Dragon was also just okay. So I feel like, okay, the best set out of the Seabound wave, and the big one that stands out is the Hydro Bounty. But then the island has the island itself, which I actually thought was a really fun and good build. The Catamarans are very unique, also fun and good. And then, of course, you have the Jungle Dragon. The only kind of boring average one is the Lloyd's Motorcycle, I think. So I think 3 out of the 4 being good are probably mean it's pretty good. And the latest Monkey Kid one, I think the latest mech was not quite as good as the original, which was a little disappointing. It's still really good, but I guess maybe my expectations are a little higher. The elephant is really cool, but overpriced, and the two $20 sets, they combine and all of that's cool, but they're not super standout, so... but I don't know. Maybe I would put it above the island. I think it's with Monkey Kid, I hold the sets to a much higher standard because of what's come before, and I feel like prior waves of Monkey Kid have been better than this wave. But it still might be better than anything Ninjago's put out set-wise recently. So it might go to Monkey Kid. Yeah. I don't know. Had to really cook on that one. That was a good question. Question of the century: last 5 years of Ninjago or the whole of Monkey Kid? Keep one, leave the other. Whole of Monkey Kid. Sorry. Yeah. I like when Lego does different things. Monkey Kid is different. And the sets are, I think, better. I think the sets just get more effort put into them. So probably Monkey Kid. Oh, that one was hard though. Okay, that episode was done. I feel like that one took longer than the first one. Okay. Do I think the Ninjago movie ruined my childhood? No, I mean, I have fond memories of the Ninjago movie sets coming out. I think the sets were amazing. I think it was disappointing that it wasn't quite what was expected, but I wouldn't say it was like like that bad. I think it has some merits. I would have liked the Ninjago movie to have followed the other plotline. I think it was just the biggest thing about the movie is that it feels like it was a lot of wasted potential, where there was a potential for something really cool and they didn't really fulfill it. And that was kind of the downfall of the whole Lego cinematic world in its existence before it got bought out by Universal. So I can think about how things could have gone better, but I am happy we got it. I mean, I'm happy we got a Ninjago movie at all, and the sets are very good. They still are some of my favorite sets, so I can still remember that part of it with fond memories. Yeah. I wouldn't say I love. Well, I don't think I would say I love the movie. I just don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think it definitely could have been better, and I feel like it was very disappointing. Um, that's what I would say about the movie. Could have been better. I love the sets. The sets were great. Yeah. Vez asked Changa Mooncake or Sandy Powerloader. Ooh, Mooncake Factory for sure. I think that's the better set in my opinion. Although both are very good. Ah, top 5 Monkey Kid sets, not in order that you do not own yet. That's a good list. Okay. City of Lanterns is a good one. Yeah, City of Lanterns is great. Honestly, I was a little disappointed by the Flaming Foundry. That one I wasn't a big fan of, but I do like all the other ones. What is the play feature on the Flaming Foundry that not a lot of people know? I'm curious. I know that you can like fold it up and it can drive along, kind of like the Fortrex from Nexo Knights. Then you've got the fire light up thing, and then the actual board for the Iron Bull Demon can like raise and lower. I'm sure there were a couple others, like they had the cannons. But yeah, that was. I'm curious what you have in mind. Yeah. Some Ninjago episodes that you haven't watched in season 11, you need to catch up, but you do know what 2020 and 2021 are like, and you know what Crystallize is about. Wish you luck in catching up on Ninjago. Have fun doing that, yeah. Gotta go. British time zones. Gotta sleep. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, last episode. Mechanic fled from the terrible sight, realizing he had bitten off far more than he could. To pursue Origami. Stop to free Zane and Wu. Reuniting with his team. Explaining that he had a plan to stop Origami. Okay, what else do we have? Ask where it was. Jay tells the forms. Okay, stop Origami. Telling Wu that he truly believed could have a change of heart if he understood the root cause of his anger. Jay promised to buy them time to get to Borg Tower. He would lead Megami to finally reunite with his creator and sort out Jay's lightning dragon. Not a train stream. I'm out. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do another one. The train will just go around and around in a loop again. Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train playing for 13 hours. Such a fun stream. Oh, yeah, that was probably the most entertaining and engaging stream I've ever done, ever. You're missing out if you're not tuning in to live Lego City feed in Duck Bricks' house. Oh. Get those 20 hours. Yeah, headed out to stop by to say hi. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, looks like we have just about finished this, and with that we've summed up blah blah blah. This episode of Ninjago Retold. Stay tuned in 2 weeks for episode 17, Master of the Mountain. Okay, let's read this out loud and we should be good to go. All right. Chapter 4, Game Over. Back in Ninjago City, Zane and Pixel had a... Zane... Let me just drink some water first. I'm not ready to read this entire thing out loud. Okay. Okay. Still gotta add all the video Yeah, no, it will take me like hours and hours and hours to do this. Like, each Ninjago Retold episode takes me like a day. Chapter 4, Game Over. Back in Ninjago City, Zane and Pixel had a lead on Milton Dyer's whereabouts, and to prepare for this task, Zane adopted a detective persona, downloading thousands of detective books and movies to ensure he was in top condition to hunt down their missing inventor. And as Pixel begrudgingly proceeded with Zane to... Dareth's Laffy's karaoke bar, the two ninjoids began to question the bar patrons and Dareth himself, starting a brawl in the middle of the bar with Fuji Dove's brother. As the ninjoid detectives subdued their opponents, they finally encountered Milton Dyer's childhood friend, Tony, who explained that he had kept Milton's life a secret, until now. Telling them they may be able to find him at Buddy's Pizza, the place where he had gained a passion for gaming, Tony bid them luck in finding his old friend, and the ninjoids headed to the abandoned arcade. Encountering the devious mechanic already snooping around in the area, Zane and Pixel put up a fight, but were overwhelmed by the mechanic's henchmen, Zane getting electrocuted and shut down, kidnapped by the mechanic and his compatriots for nefarious designs. As Pixel got up and realized Zane was kidnapped, she began to launch into some detective work of her own, uncovering a secret stairwell leading to the top balcony of the arcade, where at last she came face to face with Milton Dyer, now an aged man, full of regret. Explaining that he was not Unagami, and that was just the name of the artificial intelligence he had created, Milton told Pixel that Unagami was too dangerous to be left unchecked, but he had clearly broken free from the confines of the digital world, and was completing his programming himself. And so, as Milton and Pixel rushed back to stop the mechanic and save Zane, Master Wu himself was ambushed inside the monastery. Taken off guard by the mechanic's crooks, Wu succumbed to a knockout gas attack, falling unconscious as the mechanic's goons took him back to their secret lair. And in the mechanic's warehouse, Pixel brought Milton up to speed on Prime Empire, explaining that despite his beliefs, Unagami had feelings and was as alive as any other person, and was likely furious for being abandoned. At the same time, the mechanic... presented Zane with the Manifestation Gate, a portal for digital creations to enter the real world, powered by Zane's mysterious, unlimited power source, and the souls of all the trapped gamers who had died in the game. Threatening to torture Wu if Zane did not reveal the location of the Prime Empire motherboard, the final piece to finishing the gateway, the mechanic put his evil plans into motion, and Zane was forced to give him the board, activating the gateway. Just then, Milton and Pixel snuck in, and as a fight broke out, the gateway began to pulse with blinding yellow light, and Unagami's master plan was complete. Back in Prime Empire, Jay and Nia fought their way to Unagami's Temple of Madness, battling hordes of Monster Sushi and the Mad Sushi Chef Sushi... Oh, the Mad Sushi Chef... Okay. And the Mad Sushi Chef Sushimi inside the temple itself, as the final boss fight before being able to reach Unagami himself. As they fought back against the sushi-themed foes and progressed through the temple, they had finally come to the doorway to Unagami's center room. Plugging in the katanas to unlock the gate, Jay and Nia shared one last hug before Tsushimi managed to strike Nia in the back, forcing her to lose her last life and succumb to Prime Empire, leaving Jay by himself as he faced Unagami. Breaking down and saying he couldn't do this without her, Jay had little time to grieve, for Unagami was just ahead. Calling him Milton Dyer and battling it out... Calling him Milton Dyer and demanding they battle it out, Jay was surprised to hear that Unagami was not Milton, and the whole reason why he even wanted to go to Ninjago was to accost his creator and figure out why he was abandoned. As the two began an epic clash, Jay found himself overwhelmed by Unagami's Empire Dragon form and the red visors, until he remembered he had collected the dragon power-up in Terra Tirana, and in a burst of blue light, he unlocked the dragon and soared through the manifestation gateway, taking the fight with Unagami to Ninjago. In the real world, lightning crackled across the sky as legions of video game foes spawned in Ninjago, terrorizing the civilians. As the mechanic fled from the terrible sight, realizing that he had bitten off far more than he could chew, Jay burst through the gateway to pursue Unagami, but stopped to free Zane and Wu, reuniting with his team and explaining that he had a plan to stop the devious villain. Telling Wu that he truly believed Unagami could have a change of heart if he understood the root cause of his anger, Jay promised to buy them time to get to Borg Tower, where he would lead Unagami to finally reunite with his creator and sort out their issues. And so, in the skies above the city, an epic dragon battle broke out, Jay's lightning dragon facing off against Unagami's Empire Dragon form as the two battled it out, the streets filled with chaos down below as the few noble NPCs, like Okino and Racer 7, fought to defend the citizens of Ninjago. As Jay and Unagami continued their fight, Zane, Pixel, Wu, and Dyer raced through Ninjago City to Borg Tower, fighting waves of opponents as they reached the tower and began their ride-up. But as the fight began its climax, Jay's dragon was damaged and he could hold off Unagami no more. And as he glided to the tower, he hoped that he had bought his friends enough time to get Dyer in position to calm his creator down. Now without his dragon and completely defenseless, Jay told Unagami that he could relate to being abandoned by his creator, for he himself was put up for adoption as an infant for unknown reasons, and never knew his biological parents. As Unagami's ruler facade began to crumble, and the innocent child beneath began to show his face, Dyer rushed out to take the conversation from there, thanking Jay for all he had done. And so, as Dyer knelt before Unagami, he explained that he was created to instill joy, not fear, and it was entirely his fault for not understanding the full breadth of what he had created. Imploring his digital son to come home and finish his programming, Unagami oh, wait, that's not right grammar. Milton Dyer convinced Unagami to regress to... Okay. Imploring his digital son to come home and finish his programming, Milton Dyer convinced Unagami to regress into his childlike original form, agreeing to go home and also set free all the souls he had trapped in Prime Empire, but also wanting to give all the digital creations a choice to live in Ninjago if they pleased. And with that, the conflict was over. Kai, Cole, Nia, Lloyd, and Scott returned to their normal forms along with all the other fallen players, and NPCs either choosing to stay in the city, like Okino and Racer 7, or go back to their home, like most of the Whack Rats. Reuniting at last as a full team, the ninjas celebrated their victories, Milton Dyer and Unagami walking off into the sunset, happy to be together again. And with that, we have summed up this episode of Ninjago Retold, Prime Empire. Stay tuned in 2 weeks for episode 17, Master of the Mountain. Okay, that is complete. Finally, the recording is done. There we go. Thank you all so much. And yeah, so the recording is complete, but we still need to actually do the editing, and that will be probably the longest part. So what we're going to do is open up iMovie for now, which is just, I start things in iMovie, and then I move over to Adobe Premiere Pro, and let's get this done. Okay, so, what did the episode? Previously, the recap, okay. The sushi chef bit was quite the tongue twister. Yeah, I was saying it and I was like, oh wait, I am not prepared to say this at all. Okay, so that's part 2, part 3, and part 4. Okay, nice. Oh, is this the other? Oh, okay, no, that's fine. This is the video that people have seen. What's with the clapping? The clapping is a way for me to know when I have made a mistake and I need to say something again. So I can look in the audio forms and just immediately be clued in that there was a mistake that was made. Okay. Image 5901. I hope I still have that on my computer. This was recorded like months ago. Oh, maybe that's on my... Could be on my drive. Let me see. So I basically pre-record a ton... Oh, no, you're not supposed to see that yet. Yeah, I pre-record a ton of stuff. You know what? Let me just actually switch over to here really quickly. I'm going to close out that window, which is... some new Lego products that totally should not be seen yet. But I have a drive that should have a ton of my video files on it. I don't know where that is. I mean, I guess I could just start this part in the meantime. Okay, let me get that set up. Okay. So the first one here is episode 15 recap. Previously on Ninjago Retold. Years ago, famed inventor on Ninjago Retold. Years ago, famed inventor. I think that's here, yeah. Okay. Years ago, famed inventor Milton Dyer was hired by Vast Industries to develop a revolutionary new game. I think there was like a commercial about that. Yeah, they had the Prime Empire commercial. That's not this one. That's not this one. That's not this one. Wait, where is the... There's a short about the news, like Gail Gossip's news thing. It's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, not any of those. 3 minutes, not that one. 11, 11, 11. Wait, am I missing that one? Oh yeah, I'm missing short number 5, number 6. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Shorts compilation. Okay, that's probably the one that I just want to get, but it's the Gail Gossip one. Yeah, that one. Okay. Let me just get that downloaded. Okay. Nice. Yeah, there we go. This is the commercial. What do you think of the Little Mermaid clam set in 17.5 words? I don't know if I could say it in 17.5 words, but I did just put out a review of it, which you can watch online on Duckbricks if you want to see my full thoughts on the set. Overall, good, but I'm curious how well it will sell. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored. There we go. Oh. 1. Is to develop a revolutionary new game, a digital metaverse where players could be physically transported into the game itself. Oh wait, I want to get the one of him entering through the portal. Okay, here. Oh. Players could be physically transported into the... Talk about our sponsor, Raid Shadow. Ported into the game itself, calling it Prime. It's Prime Empire. Into the game itself, we can get a clip of that. That's probably here. Why is that? Oh, I just have the clip of this. Okay, yeah. The first Donkey Kong set got leaked. I think they all got officially revealed today, right? All 4 or 5 of them. I think the official reveal has happened. They look pretty cool. I wish that Mario would do more things that weren't just minifigures, or that were minifigures and not just the game course. But they do look cool. I should consider getting ad sponsors on the YouTube side. Yeah, probably. Okay, there's a clip here. Ported into the game itself, calling it Prime itself. Calling it Prime Empire, Milton Dyer created a vast digital world. Dyer created a vast digital world overseen by a highly advanced artificial intelligence, unfinished. Unagami, okay. This one. Unfinished Adventure Game 1, aka Unagami. That's a good shot. Sure, Game 1, aka Unagami. But when Unagami became... But when Unagami became aware of a world outside the confines of the digital sphere, it trapped the game's first beta tester, Scott, inside Prime Empire, forcing Dyer to retreat to his private island in solitude and shame. And as the ninja returned from the Dyer to retreat to his private island, forcing Dyer to retreat to his private island in solitude and shame. And as the ninja... Get one clip here from Awakenings. Okay. And as the ninja return from the icy Neverrealm and life begins to return to normal, the Unagami AI... Get the mechanic short. Yeah, that's a good one. To normal, the Unagami AI begins to influence the outside world, and the time to enter Prime Empire is now. This is Ninjago Retold. Veza says, I'm most excited to see Dream Sets. We haven't had a new LEGO TV show IP since Monkey Kid. That is right. I am quite excited for the official launch as well. Ninjago Retold.
You're a long way from finding a ninja.
Go Retold.
You're a long way from finding a ninja in these parts, old man.
Lloyd is the dream.
Okay, yep, looks good. Let me just get the sound into that. Previously on Ninjago Retold. Years ago, famed inventor Milton Dyer was hired by Vast Industries to develop a revolutionary new game, a digital metaverse where players could be physically transported into the game itself. Calling it Prime Empire, Milton Dyer created a vast digital world overseen by a highly advanced artificial intelligence, Unfinished Adventure Game 1, aka Unagami. But when Unagami became aware of a world outside the confines of the digital sphere, it trapped the game's first beta tester, Scott, inside Prime Empire, forcing Dyer to retreat to his private island in solitude and shame. And as the ninja return from the icy Neverrealm and life begins to return to normal, the Unagami AI begins to influence the outside world, and the time to enter Prime Empire is now. This is Ninjago Retold. Okay, that was pretty good, I think. What season is this? Season 12. Okay, so we need to get part 1. Episode 16, Prime Empire. Chapter 1. I need to do a little bit of a break in between. Where was it? Backgrounds. Prime Empire. Chapter 1. Welcome to level 13. 13. Okay, let me get my soundtrack. Oh, wait, I also do need to check. Legends of Chima's soundtrack. Okay, that was the Drums of Chima. Episode 16. Let's get the equalized audio. Episode 16. Prime Empire. Chapter 1. Welcome to level 13. At long last... (16) Prime Empire. There we go. I think that syncs up. Chapter 1. Welcome to level 13. Good, okay. And chapter 2 needs a boom, boom, boom. Okay, nice. Don't want that. Chapter 2, Okino's Journey. Okay, that's chapter 2. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. Chapter 3, Breaking Programming. Oh, why is As the ninja progress... The audio quality is way worse on the ones I just recorded. What is up? Chapter 3, Breaking Programming. As the ninja progressed through Prime Empire and conquered Terra Carana, Zane, Pixel, and Wu were hard at work in the real world, trying to uncover... Did something change with my mic settings? Oh, that's very annoying, because then I'll have to redo all of that. Really? Oh, it... Wait, hold on. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 1, 2, 3. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a lot better. No, it should be like this. This should be off. Yeah, okay. I don't know why the audio quality is just, like, significantly worse. Oh well, if I don't know how to fix it, then I don't know. I have nothing I can do about that. Shoot, okay. Part 4 hopefully doesn't have the same... I mean, no, but I just recorded it too. Chapter 4. Yeah, the audio quality is just worse on the ones I just recorded versus the ones I did yesterday. Huh. Chapter 4. Game over. I don't know. What can you do? Okay. Shoot. Not a huge deal. It's not like that bad. It's just, it's like a little worse. Okay. Welcome to level 13. At long last, the ninja were home. With the trials and exploits... Yeah, okay. At long last, the ninja were home. With the trials and exploits of the Never Realm... seconds. 60 years as the Ice Emperor. Ice Emperor, blah, 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 blah. Of his 60 years as the Ice Emperor deep within his subconscious, while the rest of the ninja enjoyed the comforts of while the rest of the ninja enjoyed. Most Twitch streamers have moderators. Yeah, I think if we get to a certain size, I would probably look into it, but I don't think we're at a huge size yet to need any. Then his people are pretty well behaved. Subconscious, while the rest of the ninja enjoyed the comforts of home. As Jay played more and more of his favorite dancing game at the local arcade. Dancing game, oh, that comes after this, yeah. As Jay played more and more of his favorite dancing game at the local arcade, he was able to bond with Nia at dance classes. The pair leave. Oh, the cursed footage. I forgot about this one. Pair leaving to dance together on a regular basis, both in class and at the arcade. But unbeknownst to the ninja, new threats were lurking in the city. And at the arcade. But unbeknownst to the ninja, new threats were lurking in the city. Did Guinness get back to me about video proof? I think that's like a multi-month process. They have not said anything. I'm expecting them to take like months to get back to me, to be honest. I would like them to get back faster, but I understand that they have probably a lot of requests, and it is totally understandable that they will take a long time to get back. Lurking in the city, and their old foe, the mechanic, had just been contacted by a mysterious voice, promising him for the mechanic. Okay. Were lurking in the city, and their old foe, the mechanic, had. Wait, let me make sure that I know where I'm going. Okay, I probably should be heading out in 15 minutes to pick up my friend. Nicholas says, here's an overly detailed description of your latest studio mock. Minecraft-themed gaming room. Oh, that sounds really cool. You should post that somewhere. That sounds like a really cool build. In the city, and their old foe, the mechanic, had just been contacted by a mysterious voice, promising him access to blueprints, technology, and most importantly, the ability to feel once more with his prosthetic arm, in exchange for the mechanic doing some favors for the voice. And so, as the 16 seconds, playing it a little risky with copyright, but we'll see. And so, as the villain robbed banks around the city in his newly upgraded noodle truck of crime, the And so, as the villain robbed banks around the city in his newly upgraded noodle truck of crime, the ninja rushed to stop. Yeah, let's probably not get promotions there. Okay, moving on from here. Ninja rushed to stop him, finding that he had grown much. Yeah, I don't know how to delete messages on this. I don't know how to use Twitch really. Oh, yeah, I'm assuming that's just spam. We'll just get rid of that. I don't know how to get rid of messages, so it's just gonna sit there. But just don't click the link. That could be a virus. Newly upgraded noodle truck of crime. The ninja rushed to stop him. Find. To stop him, finding that he had grown much more powerful in the past months. With Jay and Nia occupied with dance lessons and spending time with each other, the team was down to Lloyd, Zane, Kai, and Cole, and they had failed to capture the mechanic yet again. As he returned to his hideout, an abandoned arcade in the rundown alleys, the mechanic announced. Click the pencil to delete it? What pencil? I don't know how this works. Oh well. Not a big deal. The mechanic announced to the mysterious voice that his bank heist was successful, to which the computer replied that it was only the beginning of their work together, and since the mechanic was successful. Which the computer replied that it was only the beginning of. To which the computer replied that it was only the beginning of their work together, and since the mechanic was successful, he would be rewarded with a new prosthetic arm, one that could grant him the ability to feel once more. And so, overwhelmed with gratitude, the mechanic asked to know who his mysterious benefactor was, the voice replying that they were simply known as Unagami. Heading out for his next mission, the... Yeah, I can probably skip all this. Oh, it's a good transition, actually. There we go. His next mission, the mechanic and his gang began a raid on an old electronics warehouse, seeking out an ancient motherboard with a V-shaped signature inscribed on it. But before... Blah, motherboard, yeah, there it is, okay. Before he could make a getaway, the ninja jumped in and a fierce battle ensued. Oh my, I need to pick up my friend in... Okay, he's gonna arrive in... Oh, we got like 10 minutes on it. But before he could make a getaway, the ninja jumped in and a fierce battle... V-shaped signature inscribed on it. But before he could make a getaway, the ninja jumped in, blah, blah. The ninja jumped in and a fierce battle ensued. As the heroes pursued the mechanic's truck through the streets, they finally... Okay, we're going to skip that battle because it's not super story relevant, and we are going to be chasing them here, okay. They finally managed to stop him as a united team, and as they see... Managed to stop him, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it is, yeah. That's united team, and as they seized control of the mysterious motherboard, they began to wonder just why it was so valuable. And so, the ninja sought out to search the mechanic's hideout and abandon... Okay, I have exactly 10 minutes before I should go, so let's say, let's call it good at 4. To search the mechanic's hideout. What is the better of the two Lego glazed terracotta prints? I like the one that came in the ice fortress with the Yeti. I thought that was a pretty good one. But they're both, like, unique. I think they're both just serve different purposes. The mechanic's hideout, an abandoned old arcade that was home to dozens of his prototype arms, and a strange arcade machine emblazoned type arms, and a strange arcade machine prototype arms, and a strange arcade machine emblazoned with text reading. Text reading Prime Empire. Here it is. Emblazoned with text reading Prime Empire. As Jay and Cole rushed to investigate, they were thrilled to have found the game, for it was an old urban legend of a mysterious game cancelled and wiped from history, explaining to the other ninja that Prime Empire was developed years ago before 15 seconds, that's a little... Ooh, maybe I'll get copyright struck for that. Let's cut it a little short. Okay, so we can cut intersperse with this clip. Okay. Mysterious game cancelled and wiped from history. Explaining to the other ninja that Prime Empire was developed years ago before being scrapped for unknown reasons. Jay opted to stay and try to get the mythical game working. While the rest of the ninja scoured the lair. And so. What do I think of this year's Lunar New Year sets compared to other years? I really like the parade. That's probably one of the best ones, I think, because of all the motion and the minifigs are great. Although I'm biased because of the great purple spaceman parts. I think my favorite so far might actually be the ice skating rink. I really liked that one. I thought that was a really good set. So that was from last year. The rest of the ninja. And so, as the ninja uncovered a okay, cut that out, put that there. Okay. And so, as the ninja uncovered a message for the that's the footage of Jay putting the thing in. Blah blah blah. Okay, so we'll get to that later. So this clip we want to bring forwards. Message, okay. Cut that. Message for the mechanic from Unagami, bidding him to place the motherboard inside the game. Jay accomplished just that. He put it in. Okay. Wow, Jay really caused all this. Jay accomplished just that, booting up the ancient cabinet and releasing a wave of crackling red energy throughout Ninjago. As the mechanic cackled, realizing the ninja had completed his mission, arcade machines all over the city suddenly went dark, then came to life. Arcade machines over the city went dark, so we need to have them going. Okay. Then came to life as one, shining the logo of Prime Empire all across the city and tempting players to join the game. Okay. Zane, Cole, Nia, and oh, that is my alarm to go. And I think with that, we've about summed up this stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Kind of a weird sneak peek, or like almost like a behind-the-scenes process of what it takes to put together a video. As you can see, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I just recorded 2 of the things, and I've just started editing. So these are definitely very time-consuming things, but I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek at what it actually takes to make one of these. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will be streaming again very shortly. Once my buddy Jake gets over to my house, we'll be doing some more streaming, probably some LEGO gaming. We might play LEGO Dimensions. We might do some VR gaming. We'll probably do some LEGO building, play some Ninjago card game. It'll be a good time, so I will see you all very soon. Thanks so much, and bye for now.